What is up, button mashers? We are back and we are live. We are live again.
Yes,
It
we
has
are.
been a hot minute since we have actually been live for this. Been recording for a while and finally got things all switched up. We're all on a set schedule now. We are live at Sundays at 6:30 Mountain Time. Welcome back in. I would have sound effects. I tried to get sound effects for today, guys. I really did. I wanted a cheer right there. I wanted pizzazz. I wanted air horns. I wanted everything. I tried so hard to get us some air horns, but it did not pan out. But it is okay. We will survive without them for the day. Nonetheless, welcome in. I'm Nateslegend, always. Welcome. And today we, of course, have, let's see, that direction. We have Doodles. We have Scott joining us. And we got that direction. We got Jay Moore, the gaming dad, joining us as well. How have you guys been? Happy Easter as well. It's we're Easter Sunday. How's everything been going for you guys?
Go ahead, Scott.
Oh, mine's been pretty good. I've just been hanging out with the nephew. Nephew's been looking for all the eggs and stuff. He's having a blast on a sugar rush right now, but he's good.
Oh yeah, of course. That's Easter is the sugar rush, but you know that they're going to sleep well tonight because they are going to crash.
Yeah.
So
that's the plan for me. You know, it's been a great day so far. I really can't complain. It's been nice. Got a chance to see my mother-in-law. Now I'm over here at my grandma's house. So that's why the setup is a lot different, you know. So,
yeah, you kind of got to take what you can get sometimes. And we understand you may not be able to join us for the entire episode today, but we appreciate you stopping in on this chaotic day. I know everybody has places to be, so thank you so much for stopping in, Jay. All right, yo. We thought about a few different things when it came to our think about it question here today. We didn't come up with anything super solid, if we're honest here. So we're going to default to one of our more default questions, and Doodles brought this up. What is the funniest game you have ever played?
Ooh.
I didn't even give you guys time to think about this because I made this up on the I'm like, you know what, we're rolling with it. Just take the question. I just decided this.
I had an answer. Yeah,
game, like the funniest or the corniest game.
Whereas Porque no los dos, either one.
Ooh.
Doodles. While Jay thinks about it, Doodles, go ahead. What game did you have in mind?
So the game that I thought about when I was thinking of this question was Conker's Bad Fur Day. I played that so much as a kid, and I shouldn't have.
Now that explains so much, Doodles. Our whole childhood, just all of that wrapped up in one sentence. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's one of the more adulterated ones, but it was you fight a big poop in it. It's one of the bosses. You're literally fighting the thing. So like this game is nuts. It was fun. You play as a squirrel, cartoon world. It's great. But I'm gonna let Jay answer now.
No, that's a great answer. Jay, yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking more of like Grand Theft Auto 5 when you're playing as Trevor.
Oh,
because every moment with Trevor is just straight up comical.
Yeah.
I mean, minus that torture scene, but other than that, like it's just funny.
Torture can be comical if you really want to think about it in certain ways. It's not a good thing, but it can be comical if you want it to be.
Right.
Okay, that was a really dark take on that. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to go that dark with it.
Trevor was a favorite for sure in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Nate?
Great answer as well. You know, I'm trying to think of funny video games, and the one that instantly came to mind, not because I think it's like the funniest game I've ever played, but it stands out, is the Deadpool game. Right? Like,
I didn't think about Deadpool.
Right? Like, it's
a great answer.
At times, it felt like they were trying a little too hard with it, you know, like slapping Wolverine to wake him up. But like that was also one of the better parts of the game. They knew what they were going for. Absolutely killed it. I'd say Deadpool is probably the funniest game I've played.
Oh yeah, such a good game.
Very nice. Good one, Nate.
Hey, thank you. So let's jump into some updates, some news, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Let's start with the PS3 and PS Vita store getting shut down. Officially getting shut down August 27th. Jay, do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I was reading into it, and at one point I was a little bit upset for those who still have PS3s and Vitas and PS Vita. Just strictly because there are still people developing games for those systems, and then all of a sudden they hear that, oh, it's being shut down without even a notice, is like a big slap in the face of the developers. You know what I mean? Like, developers really worked hard to, get these games out on this platform, on this handheld platform. And to think that now all of a sudden you can't download new games, that just shuts everybody's whole thing down. Developers could be losing money, contracts, whatever the case may be. I'm sure there was a reason why Sony decided to do that. Necessarily, I don't agree with that, but for those who do have like PlayStation 3 games, Vita and PS Vita, you can still download the games that you have bought from them because you already own them. If you need to make more space or do whatever the case is, you don't have to try to save it on like a thumbstick or something like that, or like the small memory cards that PlayStation, the PS Vita came with and stuff like that. So on that front, I'm okay with it. I just don't agree with the whole aspect of the developers getting a chance to build a game and then all of a sudden finding out through the news, like Jack and Jill, that you can no longer upload games onto the server anymore, and that just that's just a blow, because there's so many talented people doing everything. It's just so they put all their hard-earned blood and sweat and tears into that. You can turn on the light on too, but yeah, that's my only gripe with it. Other than that, I am happy that you can still download your game. That's one thing I am super happy about, because then that means people who have the game, they lost money on that. You know what I mean? They can no longer download those games, but as long as they're keeping it open for that purpose, then that's fine. They also said that they were discontinuing, how if you have a PlayStation, the PlayStation Plus, you should still be able to get those games, but nothing new. So whatever is already developed, you can still get. Those that are brand new, you won't be able to get. So that's that's the only thing that they're shutting down on that platform, on those platforms for the store.
And that makes sense. I mean, PS Vita, PS3, those are kind of older at this point. I'm sure they're not making too much money. So hopefully it turns out that it's all right. But yeah, I still have my PS3 and I still have games that I play on my PS3 because it's just a nostalgia trip that, you don't get anywhere else other than on those consoles that you grew up with. So I definitely see where you're coming from there. That's when it comes to getting new games, whatever else, there are some people that are still restricted on it. So hopefully we, as the PS5 becomes more readily available, hopefully the PS4s do as well. Have you actually seen a PS5 on sale yet? I have missed every single one of them.
I have been keeping up to date with it, and yes, I have, and I had the opportunity to get a PS5. I have not, because I figure a new computer would be a lot more efficient for what we're doing right now, before I can build my brand on, the JMore, the Gaming Dad channel. But right now, I think a PC or a laptop, because I need a new one for the graphics card. I have a horrible graphics card. And it happens.
We've all been there. We've been through that.
And I need a new processor too, because I'm rocking an i3 processor, and I'd rather have a GPU and a CPU than PlayStation right now. Because what's good is a PlayStation if you can't connect it to your computer with your Elgato capture card and stream and edit and do all these things and switch and stuff
without needing some form of docking station or additional ports or whatever else, like being able to just use the one system. PC part picker, if you need help building a PC, that's where you
need help with that. I'm good with that.
I was gonna say, please don't think that it's a don't think that you have to go out and buy one. Like, you can get one that's a lot cheaper. This goes for everybody, by the way. This is not geared towards Jay. Build your PC. 1, it's way more fun. 2, you learn technical aspects. It's 3, it's your baby. Like, you chose everything in it. PC part picker, I know that's I'm not trying to plug them per se, but yeah. Anyway, sorry,
and to jump on that, Nate, there's nothing but a great feeling when you have motherboard that you put together yourself,
Mm-hmm.
the graphics card that you picked out yourself, your processor, your power supply, your RAM, it just feels so good once it's complete and you're like, cool, I
Mm-hmm.
built this. This is
Yup.
mine.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you get
Like,
the satisfaction just from beating
not
it.
to
Yeah,
mention
making it.
building it to your specific specification, so you know how the system's supposed to run.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of buying one, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. There ain't nothing wrong with buying one that's already built and stuff like that. But ain't nothing wrong with having your own hand built system.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with it at all. That's what I did with mine. I built mine. I zombied my first computer and then just ramped it up from there, figuring out what you want.
Right.
So it's insane trying to get it all put together, but like definitely do it. Sorry, we totally tangented off of our course. I really apologize. We need to stick with some news here. Speaking of things getting shut down, we have March 31st was the death of Mario. I don't think so. I mean, I get it. So Nintendo is officially stopping the selling. That's not a real sentence, but they are discontinuing the selling of Super Mario's 3D All-Stars, the Game & Watch device, and Super Mario Bros. 35. So, I understand the Super 3D All-Stars. Like, if it's a game that's not selling or it's super old or whatever else, I can completely understand why they want to turn it off. But I mean, are battle royales turning off of their fad? Is that why they're shutting down the battle royale mode of this Mario game?
I'm not quite sure on that. You got anything on that, Scott?
I feel like I don't have a whole lot, but I could see them going more towards that platform instead in the future. But these games I haven't heard about in a minute. So
okay, so Super Mario 35. Let's elaborate on this one here. Super Mario 35 is the Mario Battle Royale, essentially. 35 people enter. You're all racing to get to the finish. I'm not sure how you get eliminated necessarily. I never played it, but it is essentially their Battle Royale.
That makes
mode.
sense. Okay.
So them shutting it down, I mean, it feels like it's probably just it wasn't getting used. No one was playing it, but like
lots of video game funerals this week.
Lots of funerals. This
crazy.
Week. Jay, anything to add to that?
At the moment, no, because this is my first time I've actually heard about that. I was quite surprised.
Exactly.
So, especially Mario 35, I heard that was a really fun game for Nintendo. Oh wow, that's a big shocker. Right. That's actually one of the games I kind of wanted to play. Like if I had like a handheld or if I'm sitting on the couch and I don't feel like throwing it on the TV, then I get a Switch or something like that. Eventually,
there you go. They were
chill. It'll probably mostly be my wife's one to get, but yeah.
Oh, of course. The Switch, we enjoy our Switch. The Switch was probably the best idea Nintendo has come up with. I will argue that point because yeah, they have all their IPs, but like that is the ultimate device. That is the ultimate. Oh, you want to just sit there in front? Sure, plug it in. It's on the big ultimate device.
And that was the most. Zelda alone has made it so like they're showing so much, loyalty to their property. They're treating them, right. Breath of the Wild was huge as far as like them making strides in their gameplay. So yeah, they've been treating their IPs right.
Absolutely. Now, I know, Jay, you won't be able to stay with us here too much longer, so we'll try to get through some of this news a little bit more. I apologize. Interesting development when it comes to PlayStation exclusives. We have specifically MLB The Show that is not only coming to Xbox, it's coming to Xbox Game Pass. Like, they're skipping this whole idea of let me sell it on Xbox, and they're just going to give it to Xbox players for free, which doesn't make sense to me because if I have a PlayStation and I have this game that I played as a PlayStation exclusive, and then suddenly my rival gets to get it for free, that's a shot. I feel like that is a blow to PlayStation. I don't know why they agreed to this. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I did hear a little bit about that, and I was just like, wait a minute. So EA just decided to completely just screw PlayStation all the way around with this one. And it's kind of the same way with Bethesda and being acquired by Microsoft in a sense, with the Bethesda exclusives and stuff like that. I think Microsoft and EA have a deal that's going on where the one with PlayStation expired. So it might be something right now just behind the scenes before it's available again. Because you got to remember, EA Play originally originated on Microsoft Xbox. You know what I mean? It just now, as of like maybe the last 6-7 months, was put on PlayStation. So and other platforms, I'm sure. But that was to me, I felt like that was like a low blow at Sony. Like, get it together. You know what I mean? Because if you're not getting it together, we're gonna give it to someone else who wants it. Who's willing to take the numbers that we're willing to offer. I also think that PlayStation might be asking too much because they still feel like they're the superior brand. In a sense, they are, but you got to remember, Halo 5 is getting ready to come out, and that's going to blow PlayStation completely under the water, hands down. If I had a Series X, I would probably be on that because I love Master Chief's story. His story is right up there with Captain Shepard from Mass Effect. So just great storyline, great detail, and stuff like that. But as far as EA doing what they're doing,
well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there, if you don't mind, because this is not an EA game. Actually, this is a game created. Let me pull it back up here. This game was actually created by San Diego Studios and is published by Sony Interactive. This is a Sony game.
Really?
Yes, this is not EA. This is a Sony game coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, now that is interesting.
That makes
Thank you for the correction. Wow,
no, absolutely.
At this point, I just wonder if Xbox just sees more in the IP than Sony. I think Sony may not believe in that IP as much alone. I mean, as much as they used to, and that would probably be the reason why they're more willing to let go of it.
Well,
and Xbox must have made a good offer.
It had to have been. It had to have been either a really, really good offer, or maybe they have given up. Maybe they're just testing the waters with this. Who knows? Is this a sign to come? Right? Is this of things to come? Rather, is this going to happen more often to where we're getting more crossover because of it? I don't see PlayStation ever releasing Spider-Man. Sony's already made it very clear they have trust issues with Spider-Man that they created themselves, I might add. But like God of War too, like I don't see those.
Yeah, they'll never get rid of those. Like, because those are their heavy hitters. I mean, Spider-Man is always going to be a hot topic, and as far as God of War is basically rejuvenized that side of the market. I mean, as far as the Sony side of things, that's what brought Sony back to the table. So agreed. God of War was just a revolutionary IP. It was great.
Oh yeah. And when the next one comes out, I have to get it so my wife can continue her story.
Yeah.
Yep. So. Yeah, we talked about that. It's you haven't played much, yeah? You haven't actually played the game.
I've watched my wife play it. I didn't have to play it, honestly. Watching her play is a thing of beauty. So
we'll actually be talking. I'll be talking God of War later. We'll get to that. Nonetheless, we'll go ahead here. Yeah, I feel like that. I'm hoping that that's just a sign of things to come, and that we're going to get a lot more crossover. I'm really hoping as well that it's going to bring more games, more PlayStation games to the PC. Is what I'm hoping that overall allows down the line. But anyway, to keep on track here so that you can go, Jay, I apologize again. We're getting distracted. We have Chinese authorities that arrested 10 people for selling cheatware. We have, it is known as, they're saying it is the biggest bust in video game history, cheating bust, that is. They were selling cheatware for everything from Overwatch to Call of Duty, you name it. And oh my
God, they had a lot.
Yeah. Thank God. This is ridiculous. Like trying to battle cheaters and play the game.
Right.
Hopefully it makes a dent. What do you guys think on this? Do you have any opinions on the matter other than thank God?
Oh, I'm totally stoked about this whole thing. I am happy that they got them out of there. It's one thing to, say like if you have a gaming controller, that's one thing. I mean, it's a gaming controller, and yeah, maybe there might be certain mods in there that might help you, play a little bit better. That's one thing. But to actually mess with the internal software of the game, I'm not okay with that, because then that means you're taking full advantage of everything in the system that we would like to do, but it's best to just play the game the way it was designed.
Yeah, keep the games happy. I mean, keep the games fair. Keep the people happy.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm hoping this makes a big dent in the problem that we've had. I'm hoping it doesn't progress further, I guess, is kind of what I'm hoping for. Because you're not going to get rid of the cheatware that's already out there, but hopefully we don't get any more.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. Hot take. I don't think cheating is a very good thing. So that's my hot take of the day.
Oh, that is such a brave opinion. Why would you say something so brave yet so true?
Yeah, I would like to know this. Please elaborate.
You know what?
I really want my sound effects. I have things for this. Anyway, sorry.
Just my hot take. So, there we are.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, it really is ridiculous. Don't cheat, guys. I hate you if you do. Or I hate that aspect of you. I don't hate you. I love you, but I hate that aspect of you. I'm looking at you. You know who you are. I don't know who I'm actually talking to. Nonetheless, all right, moving on, guys. We're talking last thing here. We have Outriders that recently released. This was came straight to Game Pass along with releasing PC, PlayStation 5 for all of those. Interesting that it came to Xbox Game Pass again, day one. However, it didn't get off to a great start.
No, it did not. I can actually elaborate a little bit on this.
Go ahead, Jay.
Following it a little bit. Because I remember in our conversation, you were asking if one of us had played it before, we came on the show day, and I wasn't able to actually get it. I was actually working on trying to get it, but with the servers being down, it was kind of even impossible just to buy. It felt like the whole Cyberpunk 2077 deal where you're trying to get it but couldn't get it, and then when you did get it, you got the one with all the glitches and then all the other good stuff that came with it and blah blah blah. I have yet to play Cyberpunk 2077, but it was hard. It was very hard to even try to get it, and that was through the PlayStation Store on PS4. That's why I asked, is that exclusively on PlayStation 3 or is that PlayStation 4? And you said it was PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, excuse me. And you said, no, it should be available on PS4.
Yeah, it was definitely.
It felt like a task. I'm going to try it again when I get home, but I'm thinking that maybe I'll just wait until I get a PS5 to play it, because I'd rather play it with the updated specs and the graphics, especially on the TV I got. So
get those updates in there first.
They were down for, I believe, 6 hours. The servers were down for on Friday.
Do we know if this was possibly because it was such a popular game, like too many people jumping on, breaking the servers?
I don't know all the specifics. They didn't release that in their Twitter feed. I was looking at their Twitter feed.
I'll bet there's two factors to this. If I had to give kind of my thoughts on it, one, it was already a huge launch. It was meant to be a big game. It's it's a title everybody been looking forward to, and so you already have a lot of people that are looking to purchase it, and then Xbox throws it on Game Pass. And I actually wonder if the only reason their servers went down is because it just became overloaded by all these people trying to download this brand new big title game that they get for free. Like, let's be fair here. I downloaded it and it took 6 hours to download, and I'm hardwired.
Well, if you're trying to get
now, is that PC or is that on console?
That is on my Xbox. That is on my Xbox.
If you're trying to get more people, you just release it for free. It's smart. That's the way you got people. That's the way they got people to play Sea of Thieves at the beginning. So it makes sense.
Sweet deal.
Oh man, I miss Sea of Thieves.
I know, we got to play sometime.
It's been a minute since I've played Sea of Thieves. Oh God. Okay.
That's taking it old school.
Yeah, dude.
Do it. All right, we'll have to do that one of these times as well. But we also, I guess we didn't really talk about it. But speaking of Cyberpunk, we did get an update as well. I'm not even going to pretend to try to go over this list. It was ungodly how long this list of updates is. My hot take on it is, yes, it gets me a little more excited for the game, but I don't feel like it's enough yet. Apparently, it still has a lot of issues. It's still not available on the PlayStation Store. I don't know if it's enough to get me to play it yet, but I'm glad to see they're taking strides in the right direction still.
Speaking of updates, how is everything with Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
I am, for the first time in a very long time, I am playing new story.
Oh, how was that?
Took 60 hours of reset, but I am officially on new story.
I'm proud of you.
It's been good. I still have some other areas that I still have to go to Vinland. I haven't gone there yet. I haven't done a lot of like the side stuff because I wanted to get to the story so badly. So I have to go back and kind of backtrack a little bit. I'm currently level like 350 though, and I'm playing level 160 like maps. So if that tells you how much of the side quests I decided to go redo, because that's been a lot of it. I've just kind of fucked off and done nothing, and then because I'm like, you know what, I've already done these before, let me just get them out of the way real quick. Then I'm like, no, I gotta get to the story, and then I just focus on the story, so I miss everything for like 3 regions. It's been chaotic trying to get my mind to focus in on what I actually want to do with this game, but I am actually playing new story, so
I'm proud of you.
God, yeah,
good, man.
I finally what I've been doing this week with games, I've been playing Dark Souls. I beat Dark Souls 3 again. And I helped run a buddy through it. And then I've just started playing Bloodborne again. And my new character is
trying to get me to play that one, man.
It scares me. I feel like you just get this dark feeling when you play Bloodborne. It's like you're just always anxious. It's just kind of the general theme. Whereas you're used to the game being difficult with Dark Souls, but now Bloodborne, it's just everything just feels like really dark. It's super Lovecraftian, you know. It's just beautiful. But yeah, so Edgar Allan Bro, that's the name of my character. He's he's getting through these bosses.
You would.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, I love you both, but
yes. Jay, thank you so much for stopping in. Truly appreciate you. Have a wonderful Easter, and we'll catch you next week. All right?
Yeah, I love you, buddy. It was great to see you, my dude.
Remember, game on.
Game on. Yeah.
All right. So now that Jay has officially left us,
I miss him.
And again,
already.
all right. So I need you to know, I anticipated that he'd be coming and going. So I got I was prepping the cheers, and then I also had a really sad one for when he left, and I still don't have my sound effects. Y'all, I want my sound effects. I'm going to make this happen.
You know, we could have just planned this with some prior show practice. We could have been like, hey, Scott, jump off frame and just be like, yeah. And then like when he leaves, just like, oh. I
have a button around here somewhere that if anybody is familiar with it, just says Miss Vanjie. If you know anything about Miss Vanjie, it is a very specific way of saying it. I'm not going to do it on camera. I will, however, find my button for you. I know I don't know where it is, but I have a Miss Vanjie button. Nonetheless, all right, we'll jump into our main topic. We've been so distracted today. It's been great. Just distracted as can be, though.
This is the ADHD episode.
This is the ADHD episode. Yay!
Go team! Woo!
All right, so we're gonna actually talk about Battlefront 2 today. Not the new. I don't know if you want to call that a monstrosity, because it's not quite a monstrosity, but it's not good.
It's a nice game, but it's not what the people were wanting from the franchise. They kind of strayed. But if you go back and look over the old games, it's like they're truly beautiful. Like I didn't get a chance to play them growing up because I wasn't super fortunate and had it. So everybody cried. Yeah,
it happens.
Well, let's break the game down. It's a game I would love to play because it looks awesome.
It is. everything, and you said it there yourself. The Battlefront 2 that we got recently is not what we wanted, whereas Battlefront 2 2005 is the game we wanted. When you plugged it in and you started playing that game, it was exactly what you wanted from a Star Wars game. Like, there's no other way of saying it. Like, it met every expectation and still blew your mind. Like,
yeah, from 1 to 2, it gave the fans what they like. It was like the perfect response. They were like, all these things that we want in Battlefront 2.
Yeah, Battlefront wasn't quite enough. Let's take that feedback. Let's implement it. Now, ultimately, let's break down the game itself. It was developed by Pandemic Studios and published by LucasArts. It was released. Now, there's actually multiple release dates with this, just based off the region. It was ultimately October 31st versus November 1st. Like, it's a 24-hour difference, but North America, it did release November 1st, 2005. And it is a direct sequel to Battlefront 2004's Battlefront, similar to kind of what we got here. The biggest difference really being we got all sorts of new things. So instead of just having, Battlefront had a campaign, but we now have a narrative-based campaign. Ultimately, you are following the 501st as they are progressing through the Star Wars story. So you're not just hearing Luke Skywalker's version. You're hearing from the clone troopers moving into their time as stormtroopers and how they kind of progress, how they see things, and how they don't necessarily agree with what they're doing, or you get to see the emotional side of it, I suppose, is kind of the more accurate description. You get to see the emotional side of these stormtroopers or clone troopers and how they really are their own person. They are beings,
it's like, you're the soldier following the orders that you don't necessarily agree with, and it's
exactly
you're 100% right when you say it brings them more of a human level. There's a bit of humanity that you get to witness in the story based off of the missions. So I thought that description was really cool. It really stuck out to me because you're used to seeing like these guys as just like they're just bad guys, 100%.
Yeah,
but
how many died on the Death
extra
Star? No one actually cares. No, I completely agree with you there. It's it really does add just a whole other element to the game and getting to feel, or really not even just to the game, but to the movies as well. Yeah, because you get to like. I remember playing this game at the same time I was obsessed with, episode 3, and it just added a whole other dimension to the movie because you understand the backstory of these clone troopers. So definitely made it more fun, But we also got lots of new stuff. I mean, it's not just limited to the narrative-based campaign. Now we have new vehicles that you can now control. You're getting new maps, new missions, new regions, new characters, new everything. Really, I mean, it's a whole. I don't want to say revamp, but it is a great revamp of Battlefront. Like that's really what it feels like. Let's see. So ultimately speaking, though, it really just comes down to the other game modes, right? Like, yes, you have the campaign, but you have so many other game modes that you can choose between. Specifically, we have Galactic Conquest, which is kind of a Risk style game. So you have a large map. You take your fleet, and your job is to fly around and control as much of the this world as possible. Very strategic. Very. I mean, I guess I not as strategic as you would really think it is. It's a shooting game. Like, let's be fair here. But so we have the Galactic Conquest. It is. It's fun. It's fun. It's time consuming. If you really want to buckle down and play the game, play that one. Then you have your instant action, but within instant action, you have another 4 versions of the game. You have hunt mode, which is essentially a team deathmatch. You have 2 opposing sides that are battling it out for supremacy. Basically, you take everybody out. You want to deplete the forces. You have capture the flag. Do you want to explain what capture the flag is, Doodles?
So you have a flag, and then they also have a flag. But if you have 2 flags, that means you're better. So you try to get their flag, and then you put it with your flag, and then you have 2 flags, and that makes you better.
There it is. You're trying to get 2 flags. That is exactly what capture the flag is. Capture the flag is exactly what you think it is. It's just like any other game. You're trying to capture the enemy flag, bring it back to your base, blah, blah, blah. Conquest mode as well, where it is more of your point base, not point base, but like your post base, command post. So you're actually going to take.
Is this similar to the Battlefield Conquest?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't play Battlefield.
Okay, so you just capture posts and you try to hold the posts.
Exactly.
That's a cool.
There you go.
They were good for doing that one too, because that's a good game mode.
It is one of my favorite game modes out there, just in general. But like the locations of Battlefront 2's command posts are just fantastic. I mean, I'm trying to think of like Coruscant, for example, and you have some that are kind of tucked away, hidden in rooms, but like still super accessible, where you can kind of bunker down, for lack of a better, like you're really hunkered down in this one room, just down, aiming at this one door, trying to keep this.
Take your gun and then you aim at the bad person, and then you hold the fort. Okay, exactly. That's cool. Didn't they have the really good space combat too?
Yeah, so they do have space combat.
I was looking at that and it looked really, really good. I was like I said, I'm super envious of the people who got to play this.
Right. I feel like this was such a good mix between your flying game and your first person or third person, just your shooter game, right? It really played that balance well. But I think more importantly, it brought this idea of mass multiplayer. Like, I don't remember really playing any war games prior to this. Like, this was your intro into Call of Duty. This was your intro into all of your shooters that you, as you know it. This was really the bar, the stepping stone.
They've raised it. This is the biggest 100%. Jump since GoldenEye.
So
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, you do have GoldenEye as well. That is very valid. But even that one, it's you're walking through the map. It's not this massive multiplayer, everybody coming after you, full warfare type gameplay.
This is full scale.
This is the first real full scale that I remember playing. And anybody that's watching as well, you guys are welcome to comment. Please, by all means, I would love to hear from you guys on this. Please comment your thoughts on Battlefront 2. But ultimately, I like when it comes down to your gameplay, being able to switch between first and third player, and shooting and jumping in, getting really into the battle. As you're going through this battle, you really get to immerse yourself in these characters. You get to, I mean, you're on the battlefield at that point in time. This was exactly what we asked for out of a game, and they absolutely delivered. There are some downsides to it. I mean, the graphics, for example, but again, at the time they were otherworldly, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
But they don't really hold up. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel the same playing it now. It's definitely, if you see the run animation, it is the funniest run animation I can think of in a game. Okay, if y'all have not seen the Daphne running, that's what it looks like. It is just knees straight up, no body movement. You're just, it's insane.
They were going for it. They were doing the full send.
But yeah, they full sent it.
No Naruto running? Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. Only Moira. Only Moira gets the Naruto running.
Oh, okay. That's true.
I have not seen anybody else, like, other than animes and Moira. No one else run. I've never seen anybody run like that.
I bet it makes him faster. I think it works.
Like, why does Moira get to do it though? Why cool. Moira?
Because she's cool. No, because she's the scientist. She knows the science, bro. She's the only one who knows.
She's the one that figured out that if you have your arms, I get it. I get that.
They study. They know stuff. They do experiments.
Right. Anyway, one more game mode here that we haven't really talked about is, as I try to get back to my script here. I say script. We have Hero Assault
behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. Hero Assault was, I mean, I'm trying to think the best way to describe it. It was the ultimate game mode. It is literally, you have your heroes and your villains, and your entire job is to play as a hero or a villain. And specifically, there was the one map that it let you play on as in this game mode that was just better than everything. I'm trying to remember. Was it Tatooine of some sort? I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I played this game mode, but it was honestly the most fun you could have while playing a video game, because you just go from hero to hero to hero to hero, fighting other heroes. It was the ultimate game mode. At least IMO. I mean, if you get the chance, if you don't play anything else about this game, at least go play Hero, because Hero Assault is so good. I don't think I can oversell it. I probably can. It's probably not as good as my memory actually says it is, but it's what I grew up on.
Dude, we trust you. We trust you on
Please do. It's not a great idea, but please trust me on this.
Don't do it. Yes, please.
I'm just going to tell you it's a terrible idea and it should never be done, but please trust me.
Yeah. Oh, I love this.
I can't. All right. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it really is the best addition to a game. I don't want to get too deep into nostalgia, but that's what this game is at this point in time. I would give you my Gaggle score at this point, but if you can't tell, I'm very torn on it. The graphics make it so hard to play now, and I would love nothing more than just a remake of this game, honestly speaking. Not what we got with Battlefront II, or even Battlefront. I get where they were going with it, but how do you take that sort of IP and mess it up that badly?
I couldn't tell you. They must have known the pressure was on. They must have known.
Right? Especially when you're following a series of the same name that was so beloved.
And this is at the same time that Force Awakens is coming out. So it's if I remember right, I could be wrong there, but if I remember right, this was at the time that Star Wars was really coming back. So the new ones, the new Battlefronts came, which is funny you mentioned that, because these games, the 2004 and 2005 versions, actually were set to release. They coincided with the release of the prequel series, which is why we actually even got these. So I would argue that these games had the same amount of pressure as the games now. They probably I'm trying to remember which one at that time. They probably let themselves feel the pressure that time. Yeah, but they really should. Yeah, it's like you said several times. I agree with you 100% on this. They should have just revamped the old series, bring it back the way it was made, and I don't know, ditching the storyline was a tough. That was a gutsy move.
Well, we can break down Battlefront 2 and the new one another time. That is on the list. Ultimately, I want to break down Star Wars games. I love Star Wars. Star Wars is so much fun. We'll break those down eventually. But really, with this one, honestly, it's sitting at a good 9.5 out of 10 for me. It's still, to this day, the graphics are hard, but I can still jump in and play it at any point in time and not miss a beat. It's still fun to play. Just kind of zone out and get into. Highly recommend it. It is, like I said, 9.5 out of 10, I would say. And again, I would have sound effects, but no sound effects. I'm so heartbroken. Woo! Anyway, you can't. You aren't able to really Gaggle score it, but I do recommend checking it out. Really do. All right, moving on though. I'm gonna try one thing today. We're gonna rage quit. This is what we're gonna call this. This is me rage quitting today, because it is going to be our final little tidbit here before we break. I saw an article that was okay. It's from Screen Rant, so plenty of people see it, but it's talking about how the God of War Ragnarok Thor is not going to be like the Avengers Thor. And all I have to say is, fucking obviously, you have this game that has continued on down this trajectory of it's fairly true to the original stories, right? It's true to a degree. It follows an actual mythological approach to this story. Yeah. And then you have Thor. from Marvel's Thor. And I don't want to bash on Marvel's Thor. Chris Hemsworth especially, gorgeous.
He's probably super busy too. That's probably why he couldn't do it.
But you have this bastardized version of Thor. At this point, Thor from Marvel is only Thor from Marvel in name. They try to throw things in. We had Thor Ragnarok that, cool. That's not the story of Ragnarok. So obviously, it is not going to be Disney's Thor going into God of War Ragnarok. Obviously, that is not the direction that they're going to go. Likely, it's going to be completely their own. Why do you need to make an article about this when in all reality, everybody knows, and the people that don't know are likely young, very young, they only see Thor, and they're like, yay, Thor. But they're not going to be reading your article.
Yeah.
They don't care. The people, like, why did you make this article? It felt so... Again, I'm not sure. I don't even know who wrote it. It was from Screen Rants. Obviously. Why do you need this article?
Yeah, so to be clear, I mean, so you said they differ. So are you telling me that the Hulk is not in the original Norse mythology?
No, it's not.
And it's not Chris Hemsworth being sent to a fighting planet where Hulk is the best?
No.
Oh, okay.
I hate that I have to be serious about that answer because I'm in full rant mode at this point in time. But honestly, guys, that is my rage quit. Just I saw that today and got so I don't know why that irrationally pent up in me all week. I needed to rage for a moment. We're gonna do that a little more. Try to do a bit of a rage quit at the end of it where we can just complain about whatever we want to complain about. That happened to be mine today. I don't know why. It's because I'm obsessed with.
And feel free to throw stuff at us that you're not happy with. Like,
if you're not happy about it too, throw it our way. What are you not happy about? We're rage quitting today. This is the time you get to throw your paddle.
Like, where's my third Conquers the Bad Fur Day game? I need that. I mean,
do it. Rage. Get mad about it.
Yeah. I am mad. I'm gonna write a letter.
You're so mad. I will write a well-worded, well-rounded letter.
I'm gonna send it to him too.
I love it. It. All right. Well, we'll wrap things up here. Don't want to keep y'all too much longer. We're well past our allotted set time. We're never going to hit that goal. We're going to be 3 to 45 minutes somewhere in there. No, we're never going to hit that goal. It's never going to happen. I say that. We're going to do it eventually. I'm sure we've done it before.
We're going to do that eventually.
Never going to happen. All right. Well, first off, I definitely want to thank Patrick Beatty for allowing us to do this. He is one of the best people I can think of. I mean, he is absolutely fantastic. We had I've already deleted his I accidentally deleted his links, but we'll throw this up as well. Please check out. We have merch as well. Patrick put that all together. Again, thank you, Patrick, so much. At Patrick Beatty Reviews, at Pat B Reviews, I think it actually is. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Patrick. We will get your plug in another time, but nonetheless, check out our merch as well. Doodles,
thanks, Patrick.
Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Oh, I'm just on PlayStation doing the stuff. Gonna start streaming soon, hopefully. I say that all the time, but I'm gonna start soon. Now that my life is starting to level out, which is great. It's
been nice. We had to get us live, we had to do a few things. So part of the issue was that my schedule, I was working past the start time of when we were supposed to start the show on Wednesdays. And so we had to go to the recording for a little while, but that wasn't working out because it got difficult for Jay to kind of keep up with, or not, I say Jay, all of us. All of us had scheduling conflicts at that point in time. It was us trying to meet up with Jay. Jay is always fantastic. Jay is on time always.
He's always covered for me too, which is great.
I know. I would.
Yeah.
Jay is fantastic. Don't forget to follow Jay as well. Jay the Gaming Dad. Don't want to throw that as well. Nonetheless, we will be back next week. This is our new scheduled time. We had to fight to get this between the three of us. Patrick was awesome. The moment he's like, hey, we're like, hey, we're thinking of going live. He's like, you're doing it Sundays. So we're like, okay, we're doing it Sundays. So Patrick was fantastic, but I'm glad that we were able to get all of our schedules all wrapped up here. All right. I'll stop talking everybody's ear off. That's our show. Thank you again so much. And guys, take care of your mental health. And as always, keep gaming.